And I find that so many people are scared. There's a real terror to really say or ask or talk about their wants or needs or just clear the air about things. So I think that's a great resolution, healthy communication. Amen, brother. So yeah, I know you and I have pretty healthy communication, but I might be getting more coming your way this year.
No, it's about staying current. I think if we all stay current, then it wouldn't be that big fear of, oh my God, if I actually say this, what's going to happen? We go through these, have you ever done that where you do the whole dialogue and I'll say this and then they're going to say this and then I'll say this and then it's going to turn into this big mess, so I don't want to do it. We know the subconscious mind wants to move from pain to pleasure, so we're always looking for the easy way out. And usually with people, the easy way out is to just zip those lips and not to say a word. And that doesn't fix anything. And usually the outcome for that isn't really very good. So for me, it's about healthy communication, getting outside, playing, walking my talk, and just being really authentic. I love that word that you used, authentic. So that's me. For the 2009 and on, I will be the authentic me.
You know what I think is interesting about the way you just put that all together linguistically is that you just said you're going to walk your talk, and you talked about healthy communication and exercise. So that it's walking,
and talking,
and you're focusing on communication and exercise. I think it's all very integrated and very holistically together. It sounds great to me. And then me, I just have my books.
Just
my books,
your books.
My
I know
books and my notes.
When you told me that last night, you got me so inspired when you told me that last night. I was like, I want to read 52 books this year too, So I actually pulled out I went through all my books and thought, okay, I pulled out 10 books off the shelf that I've bought last year and never read. Mm-hmm. So I have 10 books waiting for me. So that's the first 10 weeks anyway. So, yeah, we have some really great clips. Do you want to start off with that really funny clip about the New Year's resolutions?
Sure. I mean, we picked this one when Mitch found it and picked it, but I loved it. Just because so many people start out, you start in the new year, there's a lot of energy generally. Okay, that year's over, whatever happened there, we're moving forward. And 1, 2, 3 weeks is generally, after about 2 to 3 weeks, is when people start going, and falling back into their old patterns. So for the rest of the show, we're going to be talking about how you break out of those old patterns, why you get into them, and how you can move forward and make that resolution a new way of being. So when July rolls around, Mitch is still walking his talk and I'm still reading my books, and it's just an integrated part of our life, like taking a shower in the morning or cooking dinner at night. So yeah, this first clip is just kind of pokes a little bit of fun about how sometimes we don't do that.
We do it for a little while.
I got some New Year's resolutions. Well, I know I didn't keep a one last year. Not one? Nope, not even one. I know I had some great excuses. Work, the kids, stress. Oh my God. This time I'm really more sincere. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I am. I won't be eating cookies and ice cream when it's real late. All I can tell you is, sister, I'll watch my weight. I might even exercise. Exercise? No, I might exercise. I might. Well, my clothes aren't going to fit too tight. I'm going to learn to curb my appetite. That's right. All right. Hey, can I have just one bite? Just one piece of chocolate won't hurt, right?
Well, I definitely know how that
just
she
one
feels.
One piece of chocolate won't hurt.
At the end, when it says everyone breaks their resolutions, right? I think a lot of people kind of have that mindset, like, okay, well, if I fail, it's all right because everybody does it. And you know what? There's no failure, only feedback. So if there's times in the past that you had a goal that you wanted to achieve and you didn't quite get there, I'm sure that you got quite a bit of feedback. I know I get a lot of feedback on what I need to adjust to move forward. And so let this be your year where all that feedback comes together and you are successful as you want to be.
And it's interesting because I think one of the things, people get really focused on willpower. They're going to use their willpower to really move forward with their goals and use their willpower to stop smoking, weight loss, even walking your talk, and even cleaning that fish tank. It really is about, we use so much willpower. And if we're only using willpower, just using part of our mind, half of our gift. So it's really, results are usually going to be temporary. Willpower is a function of the conscious part of your mind, that conscious analytical part of your mind, and you really have to bring in the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the acting out, feeling part of your mind.
Right.
You really do need to bring them both together. I know a lot of people are always asking, why am I doing all these things that I'm doing when it's not moving me towards my goal?
And I don't really want to be doing them.
And I don't want to be doing them. And, the reason that you're doing all the things you're doing that you don't want to be doing, that are moving you away from your goals, is because there's conflict between your conscious analytical thinking mind and your subconscious acting out mind. And simply put, there's conflict between what you're saying you want to do and what your conscious, subconscious feeling mind, because we're always going to do what we feel. So there's conflict between what we say we want to do and what our acting out part of our mind is doing. So that's where hypnosis, I know that for me, that's where hypnosis comes in really well. It's a perfect tool to bring the conscious and the subconscious mind to act as one, to work together, so that you're feeling like doing more of what you need to do to reach your goals.
Exactly. And I exactly for the first time in the new year. Woo! Yes, the subconscious mind is just running programs. We're going to see some clips more about how those programs are acted out and a little bit more explanation on that. But programs, like I said earlier in the show, that we decided, this is a good way to do things, or this is a good way to have our survival or move away from pain and into pleasure. So we run the loop like, okay, I'm not just going to say anything. Or at some point in time, we could have made up, I'll make this an I statement, I could have made up that I feel better and feel loved when I have that piece of chocolate cake. So I can really be like, okay, I'm going to let go 10 pounds and I'm moving along and everything's great and I'm eating fruit and everything, and boom, something happens and all of a sudden there's an emotional part of me that doesn't feel good. And my subconscious has the greatest tool. It says, we know how to feel better. I'm going to run this feeling really strong in your body. Get the frickin' chocolate cake. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get the chocolate cake, I eat the chocolate cake. In that moment, I feel better for just that moment, which is all the program knows how to do. And then afterwards, I go into all of the beating myself up. Why can't I stick to my plan? And blah, 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 blah. It's only because I'm running a program that says do this to feel better. And all you have to do is go in and change the program and say, oh, you want chocolate cake to feel better? What's better than chocolate cake? Oh, a bath would be better. A walk around the neighborhood, sitting cross-legged with my eyes closed for 30 seconds would feel better. Anything that you can dream of that would feel better, that moves you towards your goal, is just a new programming that, with the help of hypnosis and many other ways, you can get basically installed like in a computer. Just download that new program and boom, you have a new way of being.
Very well put. Thank you.
Oh, you're so very welcome.
And, we have that great clip by Darryl Cross on programming, and he talks about them as those DVDs that we're running.
Right.
So why don't we go ahead? This seems like a good time to go ahead and show that clip on programming.
Sure. I think I actually have it all queued up, so we may be able to go right to
perfect.
it. All right.